Well, we're back now with the 2-year-olds. The 2-year-olds, where they're at, how they're going, what they're doing. I talked to you in depth about the yearlings now. What we will do is the 3-year-olds begin to train down, I would say somewhere in January. Before they qualify in March, I would like to have 2 or 3 or 4 drone sessions for the 3-year-olds. For the past few years, you guys have asked and asked and asked. I mean, the fact of the matter is, there's no point in doing it right now. They're just jogging. I would say a horse like Ailson, right? That horse will be training at the same speed as all the other horses, and they'll begin training in the next 3 weeks, 2 weeks maybe. So I would suspect you'll see a drone on a Friday maybe, or an alternate Saturday of the 2-year-olds. You'll see that pop up probably sometime in January, a couple of times hopefully, and then again in February. Those 2-year-olds coming through will be going faster over at Mohawk, and then schooling and qualifying in March. So, Ailson. Ailson is jogging now for the next couple of weeks before she starts training. You're going to hear that throughout this list quite a bit. She's back in now. Every one of our horses at the stable.ca has 2-year-olds coming through, or yearlings, will be on premises by 2 o'clock this afternoon, or the last one, Jailhouse Master, will be coming back in the next couple of weeks. But for now, every single horse will be on site. Ailson, as I said, is back jogging. Should be training in the next couple of weeks. Anteros hit a bit of a wall. As I said to one of my partners on the horse today, he's ready to go in 210 lots. We can't push him past there until he's ready to go past there, and he just isn't just yet. So that will come, hopefully, but it's not here yet. So Anteros continues to train around 210 or 212. We'll try and go a little bit faster with him this week and see how he feels. Arctic Force is in Florida with Doug. That horse is going nicely. He'll jog with Really Blue Chip probably for about another 3 weeks, and then they'll begin training. Beach Boutique, I saw her train today on the track. She looked great. Harry's been in 30 with her. If he went the same today on the mud, that means he's probably ready to go a little bit faster, but she looked great going in 2:30 the other day. Beach Bum BB comes back this afternoon. She'll be in Harry's Burn by 2 o'clock. Bottle of Red, I saw her train today with Jacques that works for Kevin. She looked really, really good. Brush Cut trained the other day in 157 last half, 56 and a bit. Kevin had asked me not to qualify him on a half-mile track, which I was a little shaky on to begin with. But then when Kevin said, geez, can we wait till the 7th of January and go to Mohawk? Absolutely you can. So January the 7th will be the tentative date to qualify. Brush Cut. Cabernet will be racing this coming Thursday and has been racing good really since she started. Canadian Titan is back today by 2 o'clock. Also, Capistrano is back jogging. She'll jog for 3-4 weeks again and start training. Classic Con, I watched him train. He's getting closer by the day. Compass Rose DC, she's really sprouted up. Her and Spend That Money really got big, and really excited to see how Compass Rose DC looks when she starts training. But we're going to have to wait another probably 2 or 3 weeks before we start training her at all. Don't Believe Me Just Watch is back in now. He's begun jogging, and I don't think he started training him yet. Gonna need another couple of weeks before we can train him. Emerald Miss is getting very, very close to qualifying. I saw her train today. She looked very, very good on the track. Enduring Strength looks he ate 2 horses before they brought him back. He's huge, big fat bugger now. He was jogging today on the track and looked great. Excellent Nation, little flat in his opening, his first ever Lifetime start the other day. I really thought he was going to be good, but when that soft track hit, he struggled through it. 57 in the mud was about as much as he was ready to go. You know, he needs a firmer, harder track. He's got big corks on for the winter. Certainly doesn't need to be racing in the mud with big corks on. Just took the life out of him a little bit. The biggest frustration for me for the week was today. Forged in Fire and Gold Watch were both supposed to qualify this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Canceled the qualifiers at Flamborough. So I guess we have to wait a week. To qualify them. Frontier Cruise is back going. He's dropped down to Kevin McMaster's Burn to train down and race. Just a little cranky. I think Kevin will suit him a lot better. Hopefully his attitude's changed now that we castrated him. But it's not like he had a bad year. The horse pace fit 1:56 as a 2-year-old on a half. As big as he is, if you own him or you've seen him, you know how big Frontier Cruise was. The fact that he could get around Grand River Raceway as well as he did was impressive. Excited to see how he's going to train down. Giddy Up Max is back in training now, back in jogging. I don't think he's training yet. Maybe next week might be his first training trip of the year. Globe Trotting, our girl's going to be back today. 2 o'clock she lands, or thereabouts she lands at Jason's Burn in Shed Row 12. Drop down and see her whenever you want. I'm excited to see how she looks. Harness AM is back jogging now. Hometown Boys is training and has been in 220. Kevin's going to put the hobbles on him. I didn't see him go today. He may have won today. I just didn't see him go. I'm not sure. I'll Play It Alone is ready to win the race bike. We're going to train maybe 4 or 5 horses faster than 58 this week in anticipation of racing at Mohawk. They've missed some time. So we're going to let some of them rock this week. Coming off tying up was Cavill Hanover. He's going to go over and go big mile. Brushcut's going to go big mile. I'll Play It Alone. I might train I'll Play It Alone with Brushcut. Just got to ask Jason, has he been a fast mile yet? I think he's been in 2.5, but I'm not positive. If he's ready to go, he can go with Brushcut this week. Inland Beach has started back her training. Jailhouse Master, as I said, will come back in 2 weeks. Johan, I might take him over when we go over to Mohawk, depending on what our track looks like, and run him real hard. Wait 2 days and then take him up and get him ultrasounded. But everything is going to plan so far with Johan. I'm very, very happy with what I see from him. Just for me and you, she's another filly that really grew up big and looks great. She's training down great. Huge update here. Knockdown Drag Out. Even on Friday, when I did not have an update for you, I did hear from Sarah Svanstead yesterday. She said that Knockdown Drag Out is a sweetheart. She loves her. She's doing lots of work, and she's going to begin training on January the 6th. So a specific date in place. Obviously, Aki's got a strict calendar in place for his horses. January the 6th will be her first training day back. Miss Brampton Beast is back. She's down in Kevin's Barn also with Frontier Cruise for much of the same reason. A little cranky, a little hesitant, a little lackadaisical in their 2-year-old season. Put together some decent money, both her and Frontier Cruise, but they've now dropped down to Kevin's Barn. A little more work in that barn for them. Not that they weren't getting work, but I want to shake things up. I want to keep these guys on their toes for the same reason also Pine is at Carmen Osceola's barn and not at Jason's barn. Frontier Cruise and Miss Brampton Beast are down in Kevin's barn now. Miss Mischief Maker looked good training today. Eager to see how she's going to train back. She looks like she's just started training. I saw her maybe go a mile in 35 or 40 today. She looked good. Muscle Chrome is training. Harry said when she came in, she was still a little peggy in her knees, but she's got sounder and sounder and sounder. He said she's been training very, very good. I missed her training today, but he said she trained fantastic the other day. She's been around 220, 225 also. Nancy Allison, I told you this the other day, I'm going to take her up to the Top Barn with us this week and start training her a little bit harder. Need Your Opinion is back with Kevin. She looks great. Olympic Hopeful is jogging and training in Florida. Overdue Mission, she looks just like she did when she turned out, but that's not a big deal. She was a big, tall filly. She's now put some mass on. Really happy with what I see from Overdue Mission. Path of Totality is training. She's jogging. She's down in Kevin McMaster's barn. Somebody asked me today what the plan was. There's a number of late closers in March for our Pennsylvania horses. You got to pay in February. We're going to put a lot of them in that late closer. And then here's the thing. If they're not stake horses, if they're not sire stake horses, they'll likely just stay in Canada. You know, the idea that we're going to send them down to Pennsylvania to be Stallion Series horses, virtually racing the grassroots, it's, you know, obviously we're not a business or a company that is going to completely rely on and look towards a return on investment. But at the end of the day, you can't be stupid either. And for me to think that I can send horses down to race in the Stallion Series, that would just me being dumb. Can't do that. And you have to realize that there is a bottom line for everybody, right? I know that this company revolves on, you know, work, and it's not a cheap place to race horses. But at the same time, I have to do the best I can to try and put our clients first, put our horses first, put our sub-clients right up there with them, and make sure that if we're in a position to make money, that's a good thing. Don't continue to believe that we can, you know, perfect example. Last year, sending all the horses down as 2-year-olds to race them in the Stallion Series is fine. We're teaching them, we're giving them an opportunity to race in stakes competition to see where they fit. But nobody really made money. You know, none of those horses turned a profit. You guys know that. You own them. And for me to do that again would be unfair to you and certainly unfair to the horses, especially when they can race right here. And if we can race for $20,000 4 times in Pennsylvania, and yet we can race for $16,000, $17,000, $18,000 right here at Mohawk and have a fraction of the overhead, I mean, it only makes sense. I mean, sure, I want to win stake races, but at the same time, we have to have a proper formula in place. And if Path of Totality can't race in the sire stakes, Nalmer's a 1, Nalmer's a 2, Nalmer's a 3 right here at Mohawk. Go for lots of money and will be a great place for a filly like her to get some experience. And that is really what we're trying to do. And I hope you guys see that now with Cruising in Style, with Yes. We're trying to put these horses on the proper trajectory to do the best they can. Not just for the almighty dollar, but also for them. To let them mature into the athletes that we want them to be, we'd love to see them to be, and for themselves too, just to be the best horse that they can be. So, Path of Totality, we're looking for those late closers in March at the Meadows, and then what happens after that will be up to them. Really Blue Chip, same trajectory, a similar trajectory. I think she's a filly that could turn into be a really nice New York Sire filly. She's already won a New York Sire event at Buffalo and raced, was second in 56 as a 2-year-old at Yonkers. So she's shown a lot, and I think she has a lot to prove and a lot to offer for 2020. She's with Doug Brown right now, training in Florida. Rooney Blue Chip is training down good. I thought the horse looked great the other day for Kevin. He's got to be an 18 or 20 right now, so he's inching closer to a 2-year-old start in the near future. Rose Run Valiant is back jogging now with Jason. He won't train for 3 weeks. Rose Run Versatile, on the other hand, has looked fantastic training for the last 2 weeks. I thought she looked great. She's probably been in 225, 230, and starting her descent down now to her sophomore season. Sebastian Yu, not quite as fluid a transfer as Rose Run Versatile. Sebastian Yu, as I told them, stop trying to make him go slow. Just gallop him a little bit until he gets his wind in, he gets his endurance, and he gets his strength up. And then when he's ready to start trotting, we can go a mile in 220 right off the hop with him, and he'd be comfortable. He doesn't like going in 235. The transition in and out of the turns at Tamiko frustrate him and make him angry. And when he gets angry, he gets hot. When he gets hot, he wants to run away. And that's what you saw. Aaron Merriman drove him that day. He ran away on Aaron in the race and took a mark of 57. But once we got him set up properly towards the end of the year, he was much easier to deal with and actually turned into a really nice horse. That's who I want to see come back as a sophomore. Not the runaway, the smarter horse. And to do that, you have to temper. You have to keep him quiet. And I think we're just going to change the way we train him for the next 2 weeks. And then once we push the accelerator, he'll be ready to go. Sometimes things happen. He's back jogging now. He looks good. I saw him on the track right before I pulled out. He's grown up quite a bit. Spend that money. She's grown up a lot. There's a few horses that noticeably have gained a lot of weight, have gained a lot of mass, and just have got taller. None more than Spend That Money. She's huge now and looks really, really good. Spirit of Dio continues to look good. She just come out of the field. She'll be there at 2 o'clock today. And I saw her last week. She looked like $1 million. She'll be in the barn today and then gone to Florida. So, actually, I might be wrong. She might have already left for Florida this morning. They were trying to get the paperwork done for her to go today. Either way, Spend That Money will be in Florida before January 1st. Well, before tomorrow, but or before Monday for sure. So we'll see how John likes her down in Florida. Sunshine and Shade will be back today. He's going to continue his training now and make his way back to the races over the next month or so. Susie K is very close. She's going to be one of the ones. I don't think she's going to trot in 56 the first of the week, but she's going to go and train at Mohawk this week. I'd say we'll probably go a mile in 2-1, 2-2 with her and see how she feels, and then school her, qualify her. We might skip the schoolers and go right to a qualifier with her. I want to get some racing into her to see where she fits before the Ohio sale on February 12th. Trafalgar comes back today to Harry's Barn also. Much like Sunshine and Shade, she's going to continue her training, now getting back towards the races. Watch Av train good today. He's still quite a ways from the races. This may have actually been his first training trip back since being turned out. I'm not certain. Kevin said he liked what he saw. He was very happy with him. So if he's happy, I'm happy. Wiggle Delight looks good. She was jogging today. It's only her second or third day back jogging. She won't train probably for another 3-4 weeks, but looked good on the track today. Willpower Fashion will be training within the next week, I believe. He looks good. Looks similar to how bigger, stronger version of the horse he was. He didn't get much taller, but he didn't need to be. He was a big boy at 2, and he looks good on the track now. And Zeb Sunshine, he trained today. He looked very good. Still a little ways for Zeb Sunshine before he gets training fast. I'd say he's in the 230 area, and likely will be ready somewhere near the middle to end of February. So those are all the 2-year-olds. That's everything. 2 days of videos for you guys. It's a sunny day here in Guelph. It looks nice. Kind of hard on the track. It feels like a Monday or a Tuesday, but it is a Saturday. I think we might go see Jumanji today. Might take the kids to see Jumanji. Anyway, hope you guys had a great weekend, had a great Christmas, as I said before. Hope everything is good. Looking forward to 2020, as I hope you are also. Take care.